So I'm here to discuss what hand washing is. It's a basic concept, we all know what it is, we all know how to do it, but some people tend to forget its concept. They tend to ignore it sometimes, and some people don't even know what it is. So moving on, what is hand washing? It is also known as hand hygiene. It is the act of cleaning one's hands for the purpose of removing soil, dirt, and especially microorganisms. So why is hand washing important? Why do we need to wash our hands? Do we even need it? Is it even important to us? Does it affect our health? Well, the answer is yes, it affects our health because hand washing focuses mainly on the medical purpose, which is to cleanse the hands of pathogens and chemicals which can cause personal harm or disease. But before we go to the types of hand washing, let's go back to the importance. This is important for employees or people who want to work in restaurant and fast food chains because spread of germs from their hands to the food that they make is an important cause of food-borne illnesses that may become outbreaks, such as salmonellosis, shigellosis, cholera, and many more. It accounts for 89% of outbreaks in which the food that they make is contaminated. The FDA recommends hand washing before they make the food and wearing of gloves during the process of food making. Now moving on to the types of hand washing. There are actually different types of hand washing. The first is, social hand wash. Now what is social hand wash? It is routine for all patient contact. This is especially applicable to nurses when they care for their patients or when they go to the patient's room. This hand wash uses liquid or foam detergent from a dispenser. This will remove 95% of transient microorganisms from the hands. So some of you might think, what are transient microorganisms anyway? From the word transient, it means it's only temporarily acquired or it doesn't last long. These are organisms that are not part of our normal flora or the normal microorganisms that are present in our body. They are only present for a short amount of time. This includes most of organisms responsible for cross infections such as Staphylococcus aureus, Salmonella species, and many more. Next is disinfection hand wash. This is prior to undertaking operative procedures. Operative procedures such as patient care, wound care, replacement of catheters, and etc. This also uses liquid or foam detergent, then with the application of alcohol rub. This is also this combination of the liquid or foam detergent plus the alcohol rub will remove 99% of transient microorganisms and some resident microorganisms. This can be associated with sterilization or maybe just disinfection. Next is surgical hand wash. This is prior to undertaking surgical procedures. Surgical procedures like appendectomy, angioplasty, mastectomy, surgery. Operations that undertake or is undergoing or that undergo in the operating room. This uses antiseptic hand wash solution like Hebe Scrub, Aquacept, Hydex for 2 minutes. This includes the forearms. This is effective against both transient and resident microorganisms. Now, most people say, when is it important to wash your hands? Most people will say before and after you eat. When you see that your hands are dirty, that's it. But that's not all. Different situations where people can pick up germs or these microorganisms include, yes, when your hands are visibly soiled or dirty. Second, after using the washroom. This includes changing diapers. Next, after blowing your nose or after sneezing in your hands, because when you sneeze, you're actually releasing the microorganisms in the air or in your hands. That can cause transmission. When you um what's the term again? When you go to skin contact, or when you shake hands with others or touch your face, if it's possible. Next, before and after eating, handling food, drinking, or smoking. Next, after touching raw meat, poultry, or fish. Because raw meat, poultry, or fish still have microorganisms. Especially, it's raw. What do you expect? Next, after handling garbage. We all know why. Garbage is dirty, and it can attach to your hands. Next, visiting or caring for sick people. Because, yeah, they're sick. Actually, they are sick. Handling pets, animals, or animal waste. Because this also contains microorganisms, maybe in their fur or especially in their waste. Okay, now we go to the gist of our video. What is the proper way of hand washing? Most would do just rubbing off their hands. Rubbing off their hands for quite a long time, maybe 1 minute, and apply soap, with soap actually. That's it. Then they just rinse it with water. But actually, there are a lot of steps that are involved. First is we rub hands palm to palm. Second step is right palm over left dorsum with interlaced fingers and vice versa. Third step is palm to palm with interlaced fingers. Fourth step is back of fingers to opposing palms with fingers interlocked. Fifth step, rotational rubbing of left thumb clasped in right palm and vice versa. Sixth, and lastly, or last, rotational rubbing backwards and forwards with clasped fingers of right hand in left palm and vice versa. These steps will be further demonstrated. Now we move on to the demonstration of the proper hand washing procedures. We wet our hands with clean running water and then apply soap. So we rub our hands together to make a ladder. So the first step is to rub our hands palm to palm. So next is we do rubbing over of our right palm over our left dorsum with interlaced fingers. So right palm over left dorsum with interlaced fingers like this. And then we rub. Do the same for the other hand. So meaning left palm over right dorsum with interlaced fingers. So next is we rub our palm to palm with fingers interlaced like this, but do it in a crisscross manner. Next, we rub the backs of our fingers to the opposing palm with fingers interlocked like this. Next, we do a rotational rubbing of our left thumb clasped in the right palm. So left thumb clasped in the right palm. Do the same for the other hand. So meaning, right thumb over our left palm. Last is rotational rubbing backwards and forwards with clasped fingers of the right hand in left palm. So we clasp our fingers like this in our left palm. So we do it in backwards and forwards. Do the same for the other hand. So meaning, we put our fingers of the left hand in our right palm. So that's it. So we rinse our hands well under running water. Until the lather has disappeared or has been washed off. Next, we dry our hands using a clean towel or air dry, but it's most recommended if you use a clean towel. Be sure to make your hands dry. And you're all done. But if you didn't follow the steps or you have forgotten, here's a rundown. We rub our hands palm to palm. Next, right palm over left dorsum. Right palm over left dorsum with interlaced fingers. Next, palm to palm with fingers interlaced. Like this. Do it in a crisscross fashion. Next, we rub our back of our fingers to the opposing palm with fingers interlocked, like this. Then, rotational rubbing of left thumb in clasp in right palm. Do it the same for the other hand. Next, or lastly, rotational rubbing backwards and forwards with clasped fingers of right hand in left palm and vice versa. So do it for both hands. Then, you're done. So this concludes our video. Don't forget to hit the like button and leave a comment in the comment section below. Subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!